is in full swing, but that doesn't mean it's too late to make the most out of the season. Whether you're dreaming of some fresh veggies in your garden, creating the perfect outdoor oasis for you and your pets, or updating your wardrobe with the season's hottest trends, we have got you covered. Joining us now with all the tips to keep us trending and never outdated is Senior Director of Content Operations from BestReviews.com, Jacob Palmer. Hey, Jacob, how are you?
Hey, thanks so much for having me. We're coming with some of my favorite topics today. You know, people don't know this about me, but I do have a bit of a green thumb, and I love setting up different areas for my dogs. So this is like as in my wheelhouse as we could possibly be.
You are just in hog heaven here. All right, let's start with the gardening. What do you grow, Jacob?
So I love to grow my herb garden in the backyard.
Okay.
Right now, we're a little bit late for the herbs, but you can get other kinds of plants going. And so the one thing that about my house is that I am very far away from my yard. I'm on a hill.
Okay.
It's like a huge climb. Don't want to do it. So what's great for me and great for apartment dwellers is that you're able to still plant with a raised garden bed. So we have been testing these at Best Reviews, and they are awesome because they help you really maximize the space. And so there's a few tips I have for these.
Okay.
Number one is make sure that you're timing it right, so you're not putting something in at the wrong time of year. Also, make sure that you get the drainage set up for it properly. There's a few different ways you can do this. They sell clay balls at the nurseries that you can get, and that's a great way to make sure that the soil is being treated properly and it's also draining properly, because if it's not, you're going to get fungus in the roots and it's going to all go bad. So that's number one.
Okay.
Number two is if you are not a green thumb and you tend to have everything die on you, invest in these small things that you can add. There are these bulbs that you put into the garden, and they stick into the ground, and then that will self-water the plants. So it'll make sure that they're getting it, so if you leave town for the weekend, they don't dry up, crisp up, and now you have a plant graveyard, which the elevated garden beds can turn into. So then, you know, your original question, I'll get to it, Rachel, is you want to know, what are we trying to plant right now? Right now is a great thing for anything that's going to be coming up in late summer or fall. So what we're looking at right now there's a bunch of different vegetables you can do. If you check it out on BestReviews.com on our trending tab, we will give it for everybody. So it doesn't matter where you are, and you know, here where we are right now, there are a bunch of different climates. So what you're growing next to the coast isn't going to be the same what you're growing inland. So what we recommend is USDA has a great tool where it'll tell you what kind of planting you can be doing, and they have it all zoned out. And so that's a great place to start. Figure out where exactly your climate is, and in the Bay Area, it could be a bunch of them, and then be able to pick what are the right things. I live more on the Bay side, so we plant a lot of Mediterranean style planting, so things of that nature. So a lot of succulents and you know, obviously the drought resistant things, but also you can get some great kind of Mediterranean style patio plants as well, which really kind of brings the vibe for everybody.
Totally, very cool vibes. All right, talking about the patio and specifically pets being kind of a part of your outdoor living, what can we do?
So again, I'm gonna bring this to my own personal experience. I have a 15-year-old dog who spends most of his time sleeping throughout the day. Number one thing he loves to do is to sleep in the sun. So this brings up this new concept where I've got my patio planted, but now the new thing that people are doing is they're setting up what they're calling the patios. And so a patio can do a few things, but there's a few elements that you need to make sure that you've got available for the pets. Number one, you got to make sure that you've got some kind of watering station, some kind of hydration station, to make sure that even when they're lounging in the sun, that they're covered that way. And you also have to make sure that you've got some kind of shade set up so they can stay out of the harmful UV rays. That's a huge one. There's a few different options you can have, especially when it comes to setting up the shade. One that I love for a lot of people is you can set up with a shade sail, and basically all that requires is a pole that you can set up, and then it will give your pet a certain area that they can lounge in. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of different options you have as well when it comes to setting up the dog bed or the cat bed as well. And you know, I talked about the patio. I'm going to do another pun for you. There's also the catio that you can set up. And we'll bring both of these topics together, and you can even plant some catnip, and that's a nice little treat for the cat throughout the day on their catio.
Love it. All right. Thank you so much, Jacob. Now, we've got to talk summer fashion while we've still got time. So many cute outfits this summer. What are we seeing trend-wise?
So one thing that our beauty editors and our fashion editors have been flagging to me, gingham is back. And everybody thought it went away for good in the 1950s.
Kind of gingham?
Kind of, yeah. You're getting close. And so, you know, the really traditional style gingham that we got on the screen now, that is making a massive comeback. Our editors believe it's because of all of the outfits of the day that people are putting on Instagram.
Ooh, yeah.
And it really tends to pop with the new iPhone camera. So that's one that's making a big comeback for the ladies. You can get all different kinds of options, whether it's a dress, like what you're wearing right now. There's also skirts that people are loving. And then for the guys, we've got the gingham shirts that are making a big comeback because they're nice and light. The fabric tends to be a little bit more breathable during summer, and it still looks good enough that you can wear it to work.
Yeah, I feel like I look like a tablecloth today, Jacob, which is kind of nice.
Listen, we are breaking that stigma. It is not just for the picnic anymore. You can wear it wherever you want to.
Summer vibes. Yes, absolutely. Well, Jacob, thank you so much. Always so fun to have you and learn about the latest goodies.
Thanks so much for having me, Ray.